All right, that went quick today. Welcome in. I hope everybody is having a continued awesome Saturday and, first day of the weekend. I hope that you had some dinner. If it is the right time for you, it's 9 o'clock here. I just had some lovely Indian food. And, but it's, let's see, 7, 8, 7, and 6. So most of you, except maybe on the West Coast, have probably already had your dinners. I hope it was yummy. I hope it was full of good food that you enjoy. So I'm going to start working in this journal, which is the sister book of my I Did It list journal. So I'm going to leave celebrating 200 years of statehood, but I'm going to replace statehood with shenanigans eventually. Whether I make it out of ransom letters or I actually find the word shenanigan, you never know. I could get lucky. So, and this is just a gluing for no reason book, a whatever I feel like putting in it, whatever happens today, and that's what we're doing. Whatever speaks to me as I flip through some images. Just before the live, before I went down to eat, I was sorting some images, so I'm not going to put anything else on the front until I work out the word shenanigans. So we're just gonna right here start with some stuffs. I pulled up these things. We've got a burger and fries. You guys know I got to think about burgers. Pictures of burgers. There's a nice little house that looks fun, which is partially fussy cut out. I love the colors on this bedding right here. So let me make sure we've got, yeah, I think that's pretty good. But we're going to work on this page over here. So I'm not sure what order we're going to put things in, but we'll just go through what I picked out. Two happy, kids with, happy faces. That weird toilet picture that I had to have. Maybe that's what we'll put right here, just on the inside right there. I think that could be fun. But with the little house, the hamburger. I've got a buck, a guy with a very well-traveled instrument there. Actually, a couple. He's got a couple cases there. A guy with a really big cello. Well, I'm sure it's a normal-sized cello, and he's walking through a field with it. Hey, Leah, how's it going? Welcome in. And then this statue in a garden. I love these kind of, it's framed and it's fun. And there's stuff growing on the arch. I love it. So these are what we're going to start with for our glue book today. Just glue in whatever we feel like. I hope you're having an awesome weekend. Leah, I got your email today and your stuff is all packed up and ready to go. Thank you very, very much. So just ink in the edges. If you don't like inking, if you find it frustrating or you don't really, inking is a choice. I like the way it looks, but it is not a requirement. So if you don't dig inking, don't let anybody convince you need to ink. It's all whatever makes you happy. If you're working in your own glue book, you glue down what makes you happy, not what other people say you should glue down, for sure. So let's go ahead. I've got some glue. We're going to glue. Yay, glue. Oh, good. I'm glad. All right. Oh, and you know what? I'm on top chat. Let me catch that right at the top here. Hello to our lurkers. Thank you for lurking with us. I hope that you'll enjoy your time here. Or I hope that maybe some of you are also glue booking, or maybe you're working on a project of your own. That is an awesome thing to do. Sometimes I like to just watch and lurk in lives and work on whatever, if I'm trying to get something done or I'm just doing something for funsies. I am definitely a lurker. And I appreciate all you guys that come in the box and chat, because that is definitely like a job, because you got to keep up with everything, and it's a thing. So I appreciate it when people come in and talk in the box. That's always awesome. Here we are. We'll find a fun quote or two, some words or phrases to go with this at some point. For now, we're just gluing things down however we like. Roseanne, how's it going? I hope you're feeling awesome this evening. Okay. I'm just getting some paper towel to help if there are gluey edges, you know. We've got a corner right here that does not have enough glue. And I don't have any glue sticks at the moment, so we'll just put a little bit of this liquid glue right there. There we go. And some of the wrinkles will dry out. It's WWAW. It's a woman with a weenie. Yay! Welcome in, Adria. The toilet fits your mood today. Oh, no, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is no fun at all. I have had my fair share, I will tell you. Oh, I hope that gets better very soon. So I'm thinking maybe I don't want the house right next to the toilet. Do we? I think that's just making sure those edges are down. That's our lovely Miss Adria. Okay, I think I'm going to put these guys with instruments together. I did not choose two people with instruments on purpose. You know, sometimes I just flip through and whatever speaks to me. Ooh, do we want to make an insinuation about where this burger is going after it's been consumed? Right? Okay, so let's see what else we want to. Let's grab some images over here and we'll just, ooh. What if we finish cutting this out and we put this over here? That's very fun. Okay, let's take care of that real quick. You love to harvest toilet. There's just something very fun about it, right? And there's such there's nothing else around it, and it just is the long lead up to the toilet right there. It just struck me as funny. So I'm going to cut this out. And then we're going to glue it on this other page, along with a few other things. And this is, you know, this is an unthemed just because I feel like it glue book. So whatever strikes our fancy, my fancy, your fancy, whatever way it works out, we're just going to glue away. Glue therapy. What was it? I think it was Jersey Laura just said glue and don't think. Maybe it was glue and don't. Something along those lines. Just glue and have fun and don't be overly fussy about. Just go with the flow. Yes, absolutely I can, Roseanne. I absolutely can. Do you want to be billed for it all at once and then have it all shipped? If it's ready before Friday, I'll let you know. But the latest it will be finished is Friday for the people with the pre-orders. Yeah, but I can do that all together. That way you save on some shipping for sure. And that's always nice. It was just getting over here. There's like a little chocolate garnish on top that looks, I don't know if it's supposed to be a flower or a leaf or what. Little chocolate garnish up there. And away we go. We'll make it wavy over here where all the little, looks like coconut clumps. This is like food sculptures art. So it's all made out of sugar. It was out of the one of those food fancy gourmet something or other. Okay, so we're gonna put that right there, I think. We'll have the burger over there. Schmancy. Uh-oh, wait. Antibiotics today is better. Well, I'm glad it is getting better. Kidney infections are no fun at all. Let's see. You put fancy models on the... Oh, you know what? I have... I'm not sure where it is. I did harvest a guy that was sitting on a stool, and I took him off the stool. So that maybe... he may be bigger than that, but that is the... I'm with... I'm with... Leah about putting people on the toilets. That is funny. Okay, so let's see what else we might want to put. Do we wanna? I don't know if we. I'm not worried about filling every space necessarily. I just would like, some pleasing. We've got apples. Oh, he's fun. Let's put him over here. And he's got what has he got a bucket of? I think it's lemons. I think he's got a bucket of lemons. But he looks super happy, doesn't he? And his little flannel shirt, so cute. You have yeah, I believe it. I believe it. And it's just fun to do that kind of stuff. So over here, we're just kind of, I don't think Beachy's going to cut it. I'm going to save that for some creepy work. For something creepy. That is a fall picture. Let's see. Oh, and then we found some words. So let's pop that up here and have a good look. Good living, beyond the beach, so it evens out. The choice is yours and it's simple. Maybe let's put that one up at the top. High spirits, double play. Ooh, mountains. It is a good creepy pic, right? You keep looking for it and you're not sure where it went. Oh no. Ramacrancus and Easter. I took the bunny butt stamp. And now you can't find your bunny butt. Oh no. Okay, do we want to maybe put find yourself in the bathroom? That could be a little bit funny. Birth story. I take all kinds of different charm school. A 45. 1 in 5. Mountain masterpieces. Let's see. In his element. Inspired by you. That's a good one, but not for, I don't think for this. Dynamic legacy. Oh no. That should maybe go in the bathroom. Small surprises. Oh boy, we're going to have some choices. Get involved. Peak adventure. Appalachia Trail. Meals. Let's see. Chill out. Craft revival. Your main summer squeeze. Let's see. Ooh, we have an eyeball just lurking around. We'll put that over there. All right, so no other words that I see so far. Let's see. Hey, Angie, how you doing? Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day today on Saturday. I guess it's technically evening now. We're looking for stuff to glue on this page. Well, figuring it out. We do have a great big acorn, but I think for now that mushroom is quite enough. Let's see. These are not fussy cut yet. But I have some more fussy cuts right here. Ooh, here's some zesty lemon. That could be fun. A little lemon peel. Okay, you're hanging in there. Well, I hope it gets better. You want it to be Saturday forever? I feel you on that. Some weeks come harder than others, right? And everybody'd rather have it be Saturday than... Oh my gosh, we have to put this in here somewhere. Laughing my frosting off. That's definitely... Okay, this might be our words for here. Sometimes the simplest things are the yummiest. So let's see. Do we want to do... I need a couple of smaller pictures, right? Oh my gosh, look what I got, guys. Look at this little girl with her Jello salad right there. We have to use her. She is so fun. All right, I found some small pictures, so let's see. Let's see what we got. Woman holding a baby. Some flowers. Ooh, cocktails. Cocktails right there. Let's put some cocktails in. Like right there. Okay. Since food is the thing that's going on here, there's some silverware. And we have ice cream, but I'm kind of saving the ice cream for the summer. We have scoops of ice cream. I don't know if we'll fussy cut them out, but I have like 2 sections of them. We do have a sandwich. Maybe we'll put it, and we have some kind of squash. My right eye is blurry, but okay. So you're still recuperating from your surgery. I remember you telling me. I do remember. Hopefully soon. And then there's a little streusel, so maybe we'll put that right down there. We could use a little something right there, maybe. Let's see. Ooh, how about just irresistible taste? And then maybe we could find one more small word to round it out over here. I have to do something silly with that squash. We will. There's no way we can't. If we can't figure it out today, we will save it in the book for next time. I'm just checking through the words here. Let's see if there's anything we desperately need to put in this magazine. The breeze dies down, guys, and I got to tell you, it's a little warm this evening. It'll probably pick up later, though. I did have I didn't take a nap, but I did lay down and... Okay. I think that's too close to the red right there, so I'll put that aside, though, because that's a good words. What else do we have in here that could be fun? Oh. So what did you guys have for dinner? I had Indian food, and it was delicious. Just spicy enough. That's probably part of why I'm warm. Spicy food does warm you up. That is a true thing. Okay, we probably don't need to explore for food. Yes, Miss Allie K, I did change my name. I used to be Darkwood Sanctuary, and now I am the Art Asylum. Mwahaha. Where we make crazy arty fun and stuff. We do have an old style typewriter that I fussy cut out. We might use that. All right. Oh, and there went something under the desk, which I'll retrieve later. I didn't find any more words, but I did find a little picture of some cookies. Some cookies. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. Maybe we'll move this up so it's not covered. We don't cover up his little head. And then we just slide the cookies right in there. Cookie. All right, I think that's going to do us. I think we got it. Okay. And Adria did change her name too. Yes, I can, Roseanne. I will. I will ship your current order with the pre-order when it's ready. You had burgers, Culver's Burgers, ice fries, and ice cream. Nice. Yes, absolutely, Roseanne. I will do that for you. I'm sorry if you didn't. If If it was unclear before, absolutely I can do that. All right, so we're going to start with this burger one, and we're just going to move some things over. And we're going to grab our glue and just glue some stuff down. That's okay. I understand. Hey, if you're gluing along, getting your own glue therapy in, I am super happy. Love it. Just gluing and not being stressed out. There's something nice about glue booking. You can let go a little bit and just enjoy. Pick out fun images or themed images. This particular book is just for whatever we feel like. We're currently, yesterday and the day before, we're working on one that's probably going to be for spring because we're going to be finishing it up pretty soon. So that will be fun. And then move that over a little bit from the edge right there. Okay. And then we're going to glue that down last probably because other things are going to peek out from underneath it. So let's get our little guy over here. You think, well, I think it's hysterical. I love it. I knew immediately. I was like, oh, that's got to be Adria. I think it might make some people in some rooms a little panicky. Oh, no. What do we even say to that? And then you realize, wait a minute. You got to have some fun with these things. I'm telling you, it's awesome. All right, let's get our little guy over here with his basket or bucket of awesome lemons. And then we've got our lemon peel over here. So we're tying it together with lemons. Yeah, that is half the fun, right? I'm glad you like it. You know what? Life's too short to not take some enjoyment wherever you can get it. And I think that name is hysterical. All right, here we go. Lemons. I do like lemon in my water. I like lemon in tea. Lemon is very good tea. I'm not a big fan of lemonade, though. Are you guys? Are you guys lemonade people? I think because I didn't grow up drinking it. My dad was diabetic, so it wasn't a thing that I encountered early in my life. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. That's not cool. Of all the people, I would have thought she'd think it's funny. I'm very surprised. I'm so sorry, hon. Life's too short for that kind of shenanigans, I have to say. But that's just my opinion. Oh, we were going to move this down and we were going to put this across the top here, but not over his little head. So let's do that one first. You like lemonade, but not Minute Maid. Yeah. You rarely drink it. Nice. Leah, you love lemonade? Awesome. Life's too short for that kind of silliness. You got to take people as who they are, honestly. All right. And I do think there's some truth to some of the yummiest things are the simplest. Beautiful grilled cheese sandwich. Vegetables. Like, I love most vegetables as they are, although I am enjoying them in the Indian cooking I've been trying out. Very nice. It's a whole food adventure. All right, so let's put that right there and see how we're doing. So we're going to put these little strudels over here. So let's glue those down. I hear some kids outside playing in the evening. They sound very happy. Wait, what did I miss about Angie? Hold on. Blocked me and wanted. I have tried talking to her in chat. She won't. Aw. Okay. Yeah, there are a couple people I can't see. I have only ever blocked one person, and I regretted it later, and I can't see them at all in any room that we're in together, even though I have since unblocked them, and I've contacted YouTube over and over again to no avail. So it's just somebody. So I don't block anybody now. I figure if I don't like being in a room with somebody, I can vote with my feet and leave. Or you can't control where other people are. So I just, it's all good. We had our little cookies over here, and I think I'm gonna. Do we want cookies here? Do we want cookies there? Cookies here? Cookies here. The cookies went over here. Now I remember. Okay. So I think we're supposed to put the fork and the spoon down here, or the knife. Yeah, the silverware. Putting the silverware right down there. It is possible. It is possible. All right. My policy is just not to block anybody. I'd rather just know that they're in there, and I honestly haven't found much reason to block, aside from, people, spammers and stuff. Obviously, we're not having none of that shenanigans. Kitty seems relatively recovered from the window incident yesterday, so that is good. And, right, we haven't glued this one down yet, so let's go ahead and glue that one down. We're going to be just on for about an hour today because I had my sale earlier, and I had a lot of fun, and thank you guys who came in. Awesome. This is my second live today, so I don't want to stay on real long, but I haven't gluebook since I got here, really. I've glued a few things into my personal journal, but I haven't had a gluebook session since I got here, and I kind of miss it. All right, so let's see what we want to do here. Okay, so do we want to, we're going to miss it there. I think what we're going to do is cut this little top part off here. That way we can keep the drinks and stuff in I think like that. Let's see. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Angie. Things happen sometimes. Sometimes the block can happen by mistake. I've never been able to get my one particular issue. But I don't encounter that person very often. We just don't seem to travel in the same circles. And this is like from a way, way long time ago, before I even lived in Vegas. So, but I know they're still active on YouTube. Occasionally I'll see that they're live, but we just don't go to the same places, I guess. And I've made peace with it, but I just, because of that happening, I don't make it a habit to block people. Okay, so, and then we'll put this one over here like that, and I think that will be nice. Very nice. So let's glue down our giant sugar mushroom. No, I've been blocked by several people. I just don't take it, people do what they do, and I can't control that. So I just, I let it go. Like, I don't think for me, thinking about it over much is, I don't feel that's healthy for me. I don't want to dwell on it. So if somebody feels so moved, then that's what they do. I can't change it. I can't, and I'm not interested. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. In my opinion, I'm not telling you how to do anything. I'm just saying, for me, if that's what somebody wants to do, then I'm not gonna beg for them to unblock me or anything like that. It's all good. There are lots of people out there. I try to go where people are happy to see me. That's just my jam. We're all different, though. I understand that it can be hurtful. I do understand that it's not a very nice thing to do. But for me, I can't focus on that because it'll make me a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And who wants that? Life's too short. Get to just have some fun, right? Go where people are always happy to see you. That's what I try to do. And if I feel like I get in a room and people aren't happy to see me, then if I really enjoy the content, I'll lurk. And sometimes I just don't go back. But I do love a room where people are made to feel welcome. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so there's our one page we've done so far. We may go through and just put down a few things on several other pages, but I did find some words for our toilet page. So we have small surprises, find yourself, and dynamic legacy. Do we want to use, what do you guys think? Do we want to use any of these, or am I just being silly? I have blocked ex-boyfriends. Facebook. You know what? I think that's a good call, Roseanne. You like find yourself? Okay, let's do that one. Let's see. Where's the bit? And we may add another one later, but let's start with this one. We'll put it right down here. I like it. Two of you. Birds of a feather, right? Or great minds think alike. You guys are on it. Here we go. Woohoo. I don't want to put too much, but I do want to put enough. I should lay it on its side right there so it all doesn't run back into the bottom. Here we go. Just right like that. I think that's a good spot for it. I won't say I've stayed friends with all my exes because sometimes it's just not possible, but I try to leave doors open, but with some people you just can't. And there are just blame placers out there who feel like they have to, they want to stay in your life so that they can just be kind of shitheads, God bless and bye. You're right. That's a good plan. So we've got some things. So let's just look at putting down maybe some things. We got to have LMFO, laughing my frosting off. I am a fan of frosted mini wheats, you guys. I don't eat them anymore because they make me tired. It's the sugar. But it was one of my favorite cereals. Okay. All right, so let's find maybe at first. I don't know what to do here. Over here. Here we go. What about like that? Let's see if we have maybe a slightly smaller one. I don't know. I haven't been through this book in a little while. So I'm not sure what page sizes we have. That's a little bit longer. I mean, we can trim off. I don't really want to cut his little arm off, though. His little shredded wheat arm. Let's see what else. What about right down here? Let's see. We'd have to cut off just a little bit at the butt, but this could be good. And we can tear that. So let's do this page. And we'll just trim a tiny bit off his little shredded wheat tushy. He's got a little shredded wheat tushy. Now it will be a skinnier shredded wheat tushy. It will just trim a tiny bit off there. Make that work for us. Now there's a piece of paper stuck to my gluey fingers. All right, let's see if that does it. Yep, just barely. Yeah, I think that'll do. So what I'm going to do is actually take a pencil or a pen and mark, and then I'll glue on there because a little bit is going to hang down below in a couple of spots. But if I just glue on the paper between those, whatever hangs over will be fine. We'll be fine. We got this. Let's see. I used to be so sensitive about how others thought of me. Not anymore, and I don't care. Somebody told me that 50 is the new fuck it. I'm 54, and I have to agree. I put up with less stuff than I used to, although probably still a little bit more than I should, But I went a little over the edge there. I honestly care comparatively. I compare so much. I care. It's not that I don't care what other people think. I don't know if that's the right word, but I don't let their opinion of me make me want to change who I am because, we all are who we are. When you get to this age, you're hardwired for some stuff. And you know what? I don't want to spend my time on people that can't accept me or think I need to change to have them be part of my life, or for me to be part of theirs. I dated a guy for a little while, and after we'd been dating for a while, he said, it would be awesome, if you lost a little weight. I was like, first of all, you pursued me, and I was fat when we met. I'm like, it's not that I don't want to lose weight, but I'm not losing weight for you. I said, if you think I need to lose weight to continue to be with you, then you need to move it on down the road. Oh, I did a bad thing there. I rubbed that too much. Oh, well. These things happen. So that's just, It's not like it was a secret. It's not like I gained a ton of weight after I met him. And it's not like he didn't have things that were wrong with him. I'm like, you got a lot of nerve. I accepted your flaws, and you have, you might not be fat, but you've got some issues. Well, if he ever got over his fat phobia, he did it without me. Because the second time he said it, I was gone. Ooh, look at that. That's going to be fun later. I don't know what I want to put there, but we're going to put something. I'm just looking for pages for the things that we have. I don't know what I want to do with this. I know we have to do something fun with that. Let's see. That's the middle. Well, let's see if we can find something skinny for this. Maybe. I don't know if I have anything in my pile. I just want to use things in my pile. Oh, how about a big sandwich right there? If we do it on the other side of this one, though, then the page edge that's a hard. Let's see. Is it this one? I think it's one that's a little bit further back. I'm going to assume the paper on this end is similar inside here. I think this is, yep. So we can put that right up against the edge there, since it's this flat edge, and have just a nice giant sandwich there. Yeah, you got to get your blood taken every now and then. I don't know. I'm not saying it's all men, but there are some men out there who, like, they're not that great, They're fine. What attracted to him was he was very intelligent, and we could talk about almost anything. But he never said anything about me being overweight until we'd been dating a while, and I'm like, but he had issues, and I'm amazed at what men think that one, they deserve, and two, that they can get that I don't really think they can get, but some of them like almost delusional in there. Like they think they could get supermodels. Well, run out and grab one for you then. Silly people. And I'm not saying there aren't shallow women, because there are. All right, sandwich. We have a little sandwich here, a little. That's from that picture book. I think this would be fun to put in. Stressful day, make it a double, but not drinks, cookies. I could live with that. Could you guys live with that? I could totally live with that. Maybe let's put that right here over this. That'll cover up that whole recycle me like a box. I'm going to edge this one, though, because it's very white. So we'll put some edging on it. I am still reading. Well, let's see. What am I reading? Let me grab my phone. I started a cozy mystery. And it's a period piece. I didn't know that when I started it, because I normally don't do period piece literature. Not too often, but it's turning out to be pretty interesting. I think it's a trilogy. I just want to get the name. It's set in Scotland around the time of the suffragette movement. So, and she's got a little, moxie's my new favorite word, guys. I am in love with the word moxie. She's got a little moxie. She's not a wallflower, that's for sure. Oops, and I let it close. So let's see, what is the name of this book? I want to go back. Here we go. So it's called The Scottish Ladies Detective Agency by Lydia. Is it Linda or Lydia? Lyra? It's very small. Hold on. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Lydia Travers. So, addictive historical cozy mystery set in the Scottish Highlands. I'm enjoying it so far. I haven't had much time to read, so I'm moving through it slow. You have an Anne Rule book, nice. True crime, right? Anne Rule's the true crime queen. Oh, try saying that 3 times fast. That's a mouthful. True crime queen. True crime queen. True crime queen. I think I've got that right. If I remember, I think I've read a couple of her books. Are you reading about, do you feel comfortable saying what you're reading about? I don't want to push you for it if you don't want to share. I get it. There we go. If we're having a stressful day, we can have a double shot of cookie. What's Wrong with Fat? What Alice Forgot, and Listening to the Paris Apartment. Nice. Nice reading list. All right, now we need to find a place for our discerning older lady with her Jell-O salad. The youngest grandma ever, with her gloves and everything. So we need a little page to put her on. Maybe. Let's see what else we can come up with. Skinny. I think the cat's trying to get in. Or the wind is just blowing in the hallway a little bit. It could be happening. Ooh, what about the back of that? Look at how grungy that is. Ooh. Maybe I don't want to put it there. Maybe I just want to leave that grungy for a little while. How silly is that? Oh, how about right here? That's a good one right there. I like it. Did I see your squeeze suggestion? No, I did not. Let's see. Let me go back up. You need the word squeeze in the window of the main envelope. Let's see. Did I have the word squeeze? I probably have it somewhere. The main window. The other side of that envelope, the blue one, right? Let me go have a look at it. Oh, I know, the white one. The white one. Now I won't find it because I'm looking for it. Right, this one. Okay, squeeze. Okay, let me get my pencil and write that here because we can erase it later. All right, now let's get back here. Right here with our young old lady. Let's see. I'm still young. Lots to look forward to. Well, it does have its downside. What is good, RA? Roseanne, for a lot of people, grandbabies are the ticket. It comes with its requisite aches and pains, and there is some ageism out there in the world, unfortunately. I think there's more than there used to be. I'm not unhappy as I'm getting older. Like, I have the requisite menopause problems and, some aches and pains, but I'm not sorry to be old. I have to be honest. It does have its perks. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with being young for sure. So many choices and possibilities ahead of you. It's awesome. But we got choices and possibilities too. Is Green River is running red good? I don't think I've read that one. I read her book on the Casanova killer. And I enjoyed it. And I read her Ted Bundy one like maybe 10 years ago. And it was pretty good. I think she had probably the most access of anybody to him. Sometimes I felt like it felt a little weird to me in some places, but it was a good book. I think it was a good depiction of him. Ooh, let's see, what goes in the window if I put it there? Not quite the front door. Okay. I'd have to put it right up against the edge. Nope, I think we won't do that. We'll save something fun for inside the window. But this way we can build out from it in the future. We can add other things and words as we go. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Good night, Angie. Yes, go rest those eyeballs. You don't want to stress them out. It was great having you in tonight, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and a great start to your week next week. I hope you have rapid healing, my friend. And I'm happy that you'll have better vision when you get through this portion of it. It'll be a very good thing. Maybe we'll just put it like right down here. Like tuck it in here. I kind of want it on that side though. Okay, I won't put that in right now since I'm struggling with it. Even though you have trouble walking, you'd rather be, yeah. I'm not, I understand the perception is that, I think for a lot of younger people, and I'm not saying it as a complaint about anybody, that, I'm sure from listening to us, it sounds terrible. But I have to tell you, despite all the weird things in my life that have happened and the negative things, I am happier now than almost any other point in my life, other than maybe being a child, because you don't have any real responsibilities when you're a child. Okay, let's put this one here. I think that's good. She just looks she looks genuinely happy. That looks like a real smile, not a fake one for camera. You feel like a young old lady sometimes sitting in front of the couch doing your needlework. A lot of people do needlework, even men. It's become a much more popular thing. I think it's having like a resurgency. Kind of like knitting and crochet, but in the last 10 or 15 years has had a real kind of boom in interest, and it's becoming cool for both sexes to do it. And there have been just a lot of really neat things and patterns coming out. I think I don't have the patience personally for needlework, so kudos to you, because needlework is patience, and you can live fast in the knowledge that you are capable of stabbing something hundreds and hundreds of times. So, just a little funny. Compared to even being a child, I was an only child, so I was a little spoiled. In case you couldn't tell. Although I'm not overly close with my family now, I think I've told the story before. For my 10th birth, around when I was 10, we moved from Hawaii and we came to visit my family, my parents' extended families on both sides, before we drove to Maryland, which is where my dad was going to be stationed at Fort Meade. And we drove across country with a tent trailer. And as a 10-year-old, I was such a shit about that. But looking back on it, it was an extraordinary trip and a wonderful opportunity to see many parts of the country most people never get a chance to see. But I was such a little shit about it. Because at 10, that is not how I wanted to spend my summer, trapped in a tent trailer with my parents. You can stab fabric, name that little one's business. Oh, I can see that, Adria. I can definitely see. That would not make remembering your childhood give you warm and fuzzies, probably. It wouldn't. There's an old woman and soul in my early 20s. Aw, that's you, Miss Maureen. What an awesome name, too, though, Maureen. I love it. So there's that. All right, let's see what else we can get in. We got like 7 minutes left. Let's find something fun. Maybe our garden picture of our statue framed by plants. Let's see if we can't find something fun. Somewhere fun for that. Ooh, right. What about right there? And then we could trim it down if we want to, or we can find a second picture or some words. Yeah, I think we'll put that right there. That'll be cool. Very cool. That's good. I like that. I think the best thing for almost all people, I can't say it's everyone because, all people are different, have different needs and wants, and some people just don't sync with each other. But I think the best thing is to have in your life, as often as possible, a range of people of different ages. Because if you spend too much time with any one group, I think you don't. I think there are lessons to be learned for adults from children, and from children for adults, from young adults to old people, and vice versa. I think there's lots of opportunities there. So I think that's, if you can manage it in your life, it's good to have friends on both sides of that. It is. It's an awesome skill. All right. I'll have to find some bodies for my little angry girl head. We're definitely going to have to use her at some point. All right. So what do we have going on? Let's see if we can find a small spot. I love turquoise and brown so much. And this is like a little, I love the print on that. Doesn't it just look like an inviting bed to climb in? It's too sterile. I need piles of books in various places for this to work for me. But I do love the colors. It's turquoise and a brown, and I like it. Let's see a nice small place where we can, probably going towards the, oh, what's that? If we can find something a little bit smaller than that. Let's get a little glue right there. I'll be happy when I can finally get my hands on some little glue sticks. They're good for the corners. There's still a pretty good amount of glue in here. I just keep forgetting to leave it laid over. All right. You love those colors too. Aren't they awesome? I think it's both inviting and relaxing. I find teal to be a soothing color. And brown goes with a lot of different things. So from that perspective, okay, let's see. Maybe we put it on the back of this like that. I think that'll be good. And we'll put it a little bit further back. Maybe we could put a tab or some trim down the side later. Oh, because she only likes pink and her parents keep trying to get her to wear other clothes. Like they gave her an orange shirt and blue jeans. And pretty much the whole book is like her having a temper tantrum. But it's cute. I cut out some of it, and then I used a couple of pages in that new journal that we were making last night and the night before. There we go. But yeah, I need like a pile of books over here and a pile of books over here. Probably the terrible twos. Maybe. Yeah, she's in love with the color pink. There's a picture of her like sprawled out, you know, like starfished out, just screaming about not wanting to wear anything but pink. And then her parents in the whole book are like frowny face, frowny face, frowny face. You know, kids go through phases like that where they only want to do the one color or the one food. My mom says I went through a phase where I refused to eat anything and specifically a grilled hot dog and green beans. Not just a hot dog, it had to be grilled. I'm sure she wanted to murder me. You know what I thought might be nice? If I could find the right lady. It's a typewriter, obviously, but I think we could use it as a crown. So I think that we'll save that until next time. But if I can find a nice lady who could use a crown of knowledge, I think that would be fun. You love hot dogs? TBD. Would fit the angry girl? Maybe. Let's see. Maybe. But I think we'll try out a couple I'll pull some for the next time. Because we've been on for 59 minutes, my lovely ladies. We did our toilet page. We did a whole spread of foodie type stuff. And I think that's very fun. And then we just added in we make it a double. I think that's funny. I like that. Were any of you able to go over and watch Malia's butt stickers? Maybe I was just tired, but I really found her hysterical. My 3-year-old grand just went chicken nuggets and ranch with ketchup. She does eat fruit though. You know, they did a study with children. I want to say it's probably 30 years old now. But if they fed them buffet style, and they did this for, several months, eventually over time they would. Did you like the butt sticker video? I laughed so hard. Taco butt. Butts are awesome. Um, that left to their own devices, they actually do eat relatively healthy once they get over the novelty of being able to just pick, pizzas or sweets or whatever. So, children will, over time, feed themselves mostly correctly. Especially if they see other kids eating it. And there's our bedding right there. Let's see. There's still lots of pages to work with. This will take us a while to get through. And I'll pick a few images every time. I'm going to leave the crown for sure in the house. I'm going to have a hard time covering that up because isn't that just grungy and gorgeous? Yep, we are all born intuitive eaters. When your body will give you cravings for things that it needs. So that's sometimes why pregnant women crave dirt or clay or other weird things, because there's something in it their body needs. So, and not bad. I'm going to leave this hanging open a little bit, and I'll let that stuff dry. But yeah, not too bad. I'm going to leave it on the grandma page. I like her. Let me put a lid on this glue though before I wind up with a clogged thingy going on over there. My little kids, like 4, 5, 6, 7, Brussels sprouts. You figure that one out. I had them on the table and I was rounding up the dishes. I'm like, where did that serving bowl of Brussels sprouts go? And I hear from the other room, yum. She's sitting in there watching TV with her legs crossed, like she's a lady, just watching TV and eating Brussels sprouts like they're bonbons on the couch. The other two just spit it out. Well, yeah, I think because I enjoyed them, so that, sometimes, like I said, kids can be motivated to try things if they see other people enjoying them. I never made them eat a whole ton of anything, but I was like, I would put like half a Brussels sprout on. You eat the half a Brussels sprout, you never have to eat the Brussels sprout again. Just try it. And we do it every few years. And we found over time, people's tastes change. You may not like it this year, but maybe in a couple years they will. Everybody's tastes develop over time. It's an awesome thing. I like things now that I would never put in my mouth when I was like 19, So, tomorrow is Sunday, and I will be live, I'm going to say 6 o'clock my time, which is 5, 4, 3, and 2 across the country, heading away from North Carolina, magazine harvest. So we'll do a little magazine harvest, or maybe a harvest from the harvest, trim some images down. And I'm going to let you guys go for the evening. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Or maybe there are more lives on. There's Friday and Saturday, I think, are the busiest days for lives. So thank you for coming and spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. You guys are made of awesome. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate those too. And I hope I'll see some of you tomorrow if you're available. Good night, Miss Allie. Have a great rest of your weekend. However you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you guys the happiest of crafting. Bye. There's my dyed fingers. Because that's the new paper color. Bright blessings and hugs and hisses. I lost my train of thought. Good night, Roseanne and Adria. It is 10 p.m. It's 11 p.m. here. No, 10. It's 10. So that's going to be the end for us, and I'm going to push that button. Bye. I am hot. Did I not push the button? What happened?